This week has been absolutely flooded with Alex Pereira headlines, and now that Khamzat Chimaev called him out again, that fight has gained even more traction. But let's not forget, we're just a few weeks away from one of the biggest matchups of the year, Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena. The MMA world is completely split on this one. Everyone agrees that when it comes to grappling, Islam is on another level. There's no debate there. But the real discussion is the striking. Islam has proven he can strike with the best, but JDM is a natural striker, much bigger, and has knockout power in both hands. That contrast makes this fight so fascinating. Garry, who's set to face Belal Muhammad at UFC Qatar, recently gave his take on the matchup. He said he believes JDM's striking will be superior, and that what makes this fight so intriguing is whether JDM's striking can neutralize Islam's range, timing, and pressure. Garry is preparing for a wrestler himself, so his full focus is on shutting down takedowns. He thinks it'll be the same for JDM, where the main goal is simply to defend the shots and find a way to win.
The fight for me really is when Islam grabs a hold of Jack, how good has Jack improved? Because Islam is world class at that and has been for probably his entire life because of the way he trains and where he has come from. So can Jack stop that consistently like he did against Belal? Because he did a phenomenal job against Belal at stopping that. But can he do that against someone who's just cleaner, more technical? On the feet, I think Jack wins it cleanly. I think he'll jab, switching stances. He'll have a bit more fluidity due to the fact that Islam's not going to be changing stances so regularly. So I think Jack can do it on the feet, but the question mark is, can he stop the takedown consistently over 5 rounds?
Fluffy Hernandez just called out Dricus Du Plessis. Most fans completely forgot about DDP's existence after that embarrassing loss to Khamzat Chimaev, but this potential banger might just get him back to title conversation, though it would take him a generational win streak to deserve a rematch with Chimaev. A potential win here would be huge for Dricus. After Fluffy pulled out of the De Ridder fight, fans were frustrated. Now he's showing interest in taking on DDP, and that matchup could be just as wild. In a recent appearance on Josh Thompson's podcast, Fluffy broke down the idea of facing the newly crowned champ Khamzat Chimaev, sizing him up as a potential opponent. The middleweight division right now is pure chaos. Imavov sits as the logical next title challenger, but the UFC is waiting to see how the De Ridder versus Allen fight plays out first. Meanwhile, a Fluffy versus DDP matchup could be absolute fireworks. Two hungry fighters with everything on the line, especially with Du Plessis promising fans a big comeback after his title loss. Let's dive into Fluffy's interview.
He showed his striking with Gilbert, and I don't think it was the greatest. But I don't know. I think that'd be a very fun fight. His best thing is his wrestling. You let him connect his hands, and then it's a nightmare from there. I'm not saying he'd fucking an easy fight. It'd be a fucking hard fight, and it'd be a fun fight. But like, it'd be a very boring fight, to be honest. Like those kind of guys, when you fight those kind of guys, it's fucking boring as shit. It's like guys that want to like lay on you and shit. Like, I mean, I get it. I do it too sometimes when I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like, it happens to the best of us. But like, he's a really good wrestler. So obviously, it would be like, I think it'd be a fun fight, and I would love to go show the world that. So, whoever it is next that's gonna get me there, I'm excited for it. I would like to fight DDP because he did a lot of like really good shit as a champion. You know what I mean? He beat a lot of really big name guys and shit. So I think that if you beat him, that kind of takes that, you know what I mean? It would be like a good champion to beat, like a proven champion, I think, or a once proven champion, you know what I mean?
Khamzat Chimaev just went off on Daniel Cormier in a way most fans didn't catch during his recent appearance on Aslanbek Badaev's channel, and the clip has been blowing up across social media. The interviewer brought up DC's comments after Chimaev's win over Dricus Du Plessis, a fight a lot of fans called boring, where DC basically said the undefeated Chechen only has double-leg takedowns and painted him as a one-dimensional fighter. Despite their past friendly relationship, Khamzat didn't hold back at all, firing back hard and making it clear he doesn't take that lightly. He also got technical about a potential fight with Pereira, breaking down how Poatan hits like a bomb, but if Khamzat sticks to his wrestling, it could be a matchup that heavily favors him. The champ also addressed confronting haters like Strickland, saying he tries to avoid running into him in public because if he does, things will likely lose control, and Khamzat doesn't want to get into an altercation with Americans because according to him, it's impossible to reason with Americans because of different mindset. Let's dive into a now translated interview of the champ.
Такие заслуженные ребята, как Даниэль Кормье. Иногда меня поражает, насколько люди такие заслуженные могут говорить такую чепуху. Да, наверное, они специально об этом говорят, чтобы вызвать какие-то эмоции. Вот, к примеру, Даниэль Кормье. Он говорит, вот у Хамзата есть только проход в две ноги, говорит. У него есть, говорит, одно движение. Я просто, как две ноги? Ты же и в корпус переходишь.
Все легендарные бойцы не могут быть умные. Много чего пропускали, поэтому не думаю, что боец может правильный прогноз сказать, что-то он только по ходу видел. Может, он раньше бои мои не смотрел.
Dana White just went off on all things UFC, starting with Merab Dvalishvili's insane year, 4 title defenses in 2025, with the 4th locked in against Petr Yan this December. The champ has been non-stop, and Dana didn't hold back on praising the Georgian's dominance and record-breaking pace. He also touched on Ilia Topuria's next move and the hype around Oliveira versus Holloway, teasing fans without giving away too much. As expected, Dana hinted that Ilia could be on the very first Paramount card, which makes sense. UFC will want a big star front and center to launch their new deal strong. Topuria last fought in June, and January feels like the perfect time for his return. Who he'll face? Dana stayed quiet, but it's narrowed down to either Justin Gaethje or Paddy Pimblett. Nothing official yet, but we'll know more in the coming weeks, and either matchup promises fireworks. The Spanish media reports that Justin Gaethje is likely next in line for a title shot, but insiders, including UFC fighters like Arman Tsarukyan, have hinted otherwise. Let's dive into Dana's interview.
How crazy is it to have Merab come in and fight?
I love it.
10 days ago, and now he's fighting for the title.
Listen, it took me a minute to warm up to Merab. I'm very warm now. I love that mentality. He wants to be the first guy to ever, defend his title that many times in a year. If you look at what he's gone out and done and how he's proven himself as a fighter and as a world champion, it's impressive. Matchmaking was today, and we started working on the first Paramount card today.
I'm not expecting you to say anything, but do you think there's a chance Ilia Topuria could end up on that card? Big star.
It's a possibility.
And then one last one for me. Last week, Charles Oliveira, Saturday, Charles Oliveira, crazy performance against Gamrot, called out Max Holloway for the BMF title. Don't know if you have any interest in that, but what did you make of Charles' performance and a fight with Max?
Yeah, I mean that is obviously a fight that would be incredible too, to see them two again. But we don't have anything. We talked about it today though.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.